up, tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be talking about the WZ-111 5A, a Chinese Tier 10 heavy collector. This is an absolutely fantastic tank for really flexibility. The 5A carries 7 degrees of gun depression, which is great. That means you can work really any ridgeline in the game. Add that on with fantastic hull down capabilities when it comes to the turret armor and upper plate, and it's a really dang hard vehicle to penetrate. The 5A also carries fantastic DPM at 2,826. Also great dispersion at 0.326. So it's got a good alpha at 460, great DPM, great accuracy, good mobility as well at a top speed of 45 and 15 in reverse. What is the downside of the 5A? Well, there's one, and it really shouldn't be a downside. It's the heat penetration, sitting at only 303 millimeters base, and that means if you're running calibrated shells, it goes up to 333. That means effectively you have the same penetration as your average medium. For example, the 121B has 330 millimeters as a medium tank running Cali. I don't understand why the 5A suffers so much on its penetration, judging that other heavies like the WZ-113 get upwards of 369 when running calibrated shells. The Type 71 is allowed to sit at 363. At least buff the 5A so that it has upwards of 350 to 360 when running calibrated wargaming. That's all it needs, and it would be an absolutely fantastic tank. I wouldn't even be surprised if it rolled around in the comp scene. But the problem is right now, it just doesn't have that penetration that you want to see a Tier 10 heavy carry. Now, while we're waiting to load into that game very quickly, this is what the 5A's armor looks like against 60 TP heat hull down. You can see that the turret armor is absolutely ridiculously thick, and while that may look like a weak spot on the mantlet, it's actually not, because this tank is spaced on the mantlet, so heat shells aren't actually going to penetrate it. Overall, when you just look at that incredible hull down armor, it really showcases where the 5A is so dang strong. And yes, while it does have hatches, they are only weak spots when you're on flat ground. If you're using this vehicle fully hull down, you can see that the hatches are actually going to disappear, and it's going to make this one of the hardest tanks to penetrate in the game. Add that on with the fact that it does have such good dispersion, and yeah, it is really a tricky tank to deal with. Now, it appears that that Object 907 is not going to cross, and it appears that our Type is going to help me out, I'm hoping. So we're just going to cross over here, use that really good mobility, and get straight into the front line. I'm not seeing anything right now, weirdly enough. Oh, base A is being captured. Oh, no. Okay, so they do have takes here. I was about to send it over, but if they're capturing base A, then clearly they are here as well. Micron's kind of driving into me. I obviously don't want to have that happen, and you can see a perfect example of where the penetration on this vehicle is a bit less than optimal. I mean, you're definitely going to struggle to penetrate opponents with this tank. We got that mouse, who is probably going to pen me. Yeah, that was on me. Problem is, there's just too many tanks working this hill. Like, way too many working this hill. I'm going to go for a shot into the 907. There you go. Nice slap for 440. And really what I want to do is get around this Type, but I'm hoping that he allows me to. There you go. Let's get over here towards this side. I'm thinking that we can get an easy shell into the STB. Boom. Okay, never mind. 0.326 dispersion, and it misses an incredibly easy shot. Welcome to my life. All right, well, let's try another shell here. Maybe into the STB. Boop. There you go. Nice shot. What I want to do, though, is I want to climb up this hill and bedoink the enemy. But I have to clear this STB first, so let's do that. Let's get the mediums gone, and then, yeah, I should be able to get up here at this point, I would say. So let's start climbing up over here. We do have that 907 on the side. Finish off the 907, and perfect. This is exactly what I want. Now that I'm up here, the enemy is going to be in an extremely tricky engagement on how to deal with me. Very nice HE. You can see the grill's not running SPAL, which means we get an absolute badonker into his vehicle. We're gonna... yeah, I'll kill the grill. I was going to shoot the 268 version 4, but it doesn't really matter too much at this point. You can see where the 5A just does such a good job. Here we go. Easy pen into the side of that 268 version 4 for 470 damage. 268 fires. 3, 2, a 1, and say goodbye. Hasta la vista, baby. 50B is basically dead, and yeah, this was a really easy game. You can see we did over 3,600 damage, and I mean, this is just where the 5A does such a good job with the alpha that it carries, the mobility, the great gun depression, armor. it really is a nice tank. I mean, we got 5 kills this game as well. We definitely could have done a bit of more damage and probably saved a bit of health if I hadn't have poked my side or had that mouse shoot at my lower plate, but for the most part, we did pretty fine. Another thing that a lot of people don't know about the 5A is its lower plate is actually pretty strong at around 240 millimeters thick. That means that if you were to have, for example, an FE2 and 5B 183, you actually are going to struggle to pen this thing with Hesh, as you can see. It's not a full pen, and if you are just slightly at an angle like this, you actually cannot pen the frontal lower plate of a 5A with Hesh. So it does showcase that this vehicle actually has pretty nice armor for that lower plate, and it's actually going to be really good against a vehicle like the 183. So I'm going to speed over towards base C, should I say. If we take a look at the enemy team, they have double VK-72, which is going to be painful, judging that, again, this tank struggles to pen high armored vehicles. They also have a mouse and a YAG. I'm sorry, is this Germany from World War II? Like, what the heck am I watching here? I'm expecting those VKs to YOLO me, and judging that there's nobody on my side, I might be absolutely screwed. But I guess we're going to find out. We got the YAG in the back, and I'm not really seeing anything else right now. It appears that that bat jet is going to be absolutely pooped on, though. Oh, never mind. There's the 57 Heavy. Bonk. Nice shot. Alright, thank you very much for your hit points. Now we back up and reload. Now our reload is very fast, and there is a downside with that, and that is us being undetected. So I need to be careful when poking so that I'm obviously not shot at by that YAG, but this is exactly what I expected, was to be rushed by the VK. Now that guy shot my spaced armor, which meant that he couldn't pen me. Big L. There you go. Nice shot. Yeah, 60, please. Help me, you poob. Alright, well, HE moment. I'm telling you, the 5A armor is a lot stronger than people think, and the fact that it can get away with so much makes it just so much stronger. So we're just gonna chill here for now, and there you go, nice heat shell into the VK, and now we back up. The 60 TPs, oh yeah, look at that, we get a bounce on our hatch. Alright, well, this VK is in a world of pain. Another nice shell into his vehicle. Our 60 unfortunately bounces this shot. It was a pretty easy shell as well, but doesn't make too much of a difference to me. We're going to reload, get another nice shot into the poor VK-72, and with that we are up to 2,700 damage dealt, which is quite a bit. Now we're going to push over towards this VK, get a nice shell into him, 374 tap, bit of a low roll, but oh! Well then, I don't know what to say about that, apart from that's pretty tough. That is very, very tough. We get a nice shell into the 57. We do get hit, and I don't want to be shot by that YAG, but the 57 over here doesn't really worry me at all, because, again, we have so much DPM with this vehicle. Nice shot into the 57 as it is, and, well, our 60 TP manages to bounce, a very easy shot. That guy needs to spend more time aiming, less time snapping. Like, seriously. So, we got our adrenaline on. Are we going to out-reload the 60 TP? Maybe. The answer is maybe to that question. Well, we did, but that's not because we out-reloaded him. It's because he just didn't shoot for some reason. But hey, pretty good game. 4,880 damage dealt. Absolutely pooped on the enemy. And this is the 5A. This is why it's such a strong vehicle. The fact that you have, I mean, look at that, 5,173 damage. Such a strong vehicle after update 9.1. Really is an underrated tank, and yeah, it's just such a nice vehicle. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But yeah, as I said, please buff the heat pen on the 5A, and that's really all you need. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.